All right, episode 14C, marshalling. If you're not racing, you're marshalling. Okay, first step is when the race is about to begin. It's a big part of the marshalling responsibility is to make sure the cars are on the right lane with their stickers, corresponding stickers. So we have yellow here, blue, red, and white. We like to put the sticker towards the front of the car because when you pick it up, usually your hand is kind of obscuring the back end of the car, so that way you can see what sticker it is. And as a racer, what you want to do is if your car comes off and it's upside down, just yell out your color. Blue, blue. That way they know if it's over here, blue. They can just go right to blue without even looking at the sticker. So that is encouraged to call out your color as a racer. Now oftentimes what happens is you'll have a big pile up down here on a corner, and you got to pick up these cars quick because they're coming. These guys are coming. They're right around the corner here. So what I'll do is I'll pick it up. I'll just pick it up quick, get it out of the way, let those two cars go around, then you know you're relatively safe to drop it back into place. So oftentimes you'll put it in the slot, but the pickup shoes aren't quite connecting, so then you got to kind of straighten it out and push it. Which reminds me, another thing, at the beginning of the race, marshals, not only do you need to check the colors, but keep an eye on the cars, make sure they move. Get ready to push. Sometimes these cars need a push at the beginning of the race. It's perfectly okay to put your finger behind the car to get ready to push it. Okay. And now another thing that'll happen is when you are marshalling, you might be struggling a little bit to get the car into the turns, okay? And especially watch out for where the tracks join. There's extra spots where the slot and the pin, the guide pin, can get stuck. So I try to avoid putting a car back down in this area. I'll go behind it or in front of it. And also, if you're, like I was trying to say, if you're having trouble marshalling in a corner, well, just pick up the car and go into more of a straighter piece of the track. It's a lot easier to marshal into a straight piece than a turn. Okay. And marshalling is also, the marshals are responsible for hitting the track button right here. If the car flies off the track, you need to hit the call button.
Yellow flag.
So it'll pause, and then we will start it up again after we get the cars back on the track. Okay. And what else can I say about marshalling? Marshalling is fun. I enjoy it. It can be exciting, a little bit of a break from racing too. Another responsibility of marshalling is if you are having a really rough time marshalling somebody, or you get your hand in here and another car comes along and you knock him off because your hand is in the way, then you can say, +1 white, so at the end of the race we'll add 1 to white. If you really kind of screwed this guy over bad, you can help remember that at the end of the race. And also, I think it's okay that if you have a beginning racer who's really struggling, like on this turn every time, so on my track there's like 2 sections here, this turn, and then it goes up, comes all the way around into this turn. Now it's about half the track. So what I will do sometimes, if somebody's really struggling, like here on yellow on the tight turn, he comes off, I'll actually pick him up and just put him over on this side, just to get him 3 seconds of time closer to the next lap. Now you got to be a little bit careful doing this, because if you do it too quick, you might hit the breakout and then it won't count the lap. What do I mean by breakout? Well, there's a minimum lap time to avoid Like if two cars go under the bridge at the same time, it'll only count one lap. So if I was to do this, I'm actually going to kind of stall a little bit, take a little bit of time, and then put them over here. That way, that next lap will count. You don't want to, activate the breakout. All right. And another thing marshals can help keep track of is stuff on the track that doesn't belong there, extra cars, extra marks for where you end up for your footage, and also the on-deck racer. This is on practice right now, but during a race, right above here, it'll say who's on deck. So you want to help that guy out so he knows he's the next racer in. Alright guys, I think that's going to do it for marshaling. Give you another little tour of my track. This is modeled after a lot of science fiction elements. Logan's Run, Dome City, and the tubes between the domes. That's what I tried to do with what I had. There's some Doctor Who stuff. We got cars lined up for drag racing, which we don't do. Some more Doctor Who. And let's put Bruce back where he belongs. Right here. It's all about the intimidation. I'm trying to intimidate all the racers with scary stuff. There's Alien lurking over there. Alright, that's going to do it. It's Saturday. We're middle of February. Winter's still going on. And another big race tomorrow. We'll see you at the races.